You always got to have a theme song, right? So you saw full circle. And that's what I'm going to be talking about today because it's really nice. You heard from my sister. It's really nice to come full circle, to come back to your age. You know what I mean? And I've actually walked the halls of this building. And never did I imagine I'd be back in this building a few years later and be giving this presentation. So this is really a very special and emotional moment for me to look at your faces and see myself out there. Again, I'm Louis Williams. What do I do? I am an award-winning advertising creative. And I say award-winning because I'm proud of that, because I've done some really good work that's been recognized by the industry. And so that's not been egotistical, that's been proud of the hard work that I've done on behalf of great people like my parents, Mr. Hart, my sister, and the school system that you all are benefiting now. I have a passion. I have a passion for creativity. I started simply because I like to draw. I saw one young man here, he showed me his sketches. Right. What's your name again? Louder. Okay, that was a little bit loud, not much, but I'll let you go. I started like you. That was me. Little sketches like that in this building. As far as I can go back, I was like drawing since I was in third grade, but I didn't know what I was going to do with that. All I know is I just love to be creative. In school, I used to get like special treatment from some of the students, not much principal, don't tell them. But I would do the bulletin boards and stuff. We don't do that anymore, but I would do all the teacher decorations for him. It was really great. But I had a knack for creativity. I had a passion for that. And that's something to remember. When you have a passion for something, it's going to stick with you. So I have a passion for creativity. And that's how I made my living. And I made a very good living. I'm fortunate enough to do that. But it didn't come from just passion. It came from hard work as well. So I talked about where did it all start. And it's very important. I got a very special sweatshirt for you all. Straight out of Macon, Georgia. Straight out of Macon, Georgia. That's important. Because we are not a big town. I go around and say, where are you from? So I'm from Georgia. Atlanta? No. I'm from Macon. So all I'm saying is that no matter where you're from, Twiggs County, Monroe County, doesn't matter. Be proud of where you come from. So I never, ever, and I always let people know I'm straight out of Macon, Georgia, and proud of it. Grew up in Pleasant Hill. Anybody grew up in Pleasant Hill? Anybody from the Hill? Oh, man. Come on, raise it high. From the Hill. Okay, from the Hill. As my sister said, I went to L.H. Williams School. I think I saw somebody who went to L.H. Williams School. Hi. There you go. There you go. So we're in the same path, the same place. Second. I want to say this is really nice. I was walking around taking a tour and I saw the class they made these. I'm like, oh man, I'm famous. So you all take these home to your parents and make them take off the license plate and put these on, okay? All right, so make sure you get one of these before you leave. That was just like, oh God, I'm famous. So, how many people consider themselves creative? Okay, so what do you want to do with that creativity? You know yet?
Well, I'm currently writing a book series right now.
Okay.
And some of the illustrations and practicing on trying to get
Okay.
and we practice art study. I started something.
Okay. Okay, anyone else? Yes. Louder. Comic series. You know, it's interesting, think about the comic series, and you remember the movie Black Panther, a couple of years ago, and how that started from a comic series, and now we got a big mega movie. Two other young men at the table. Yes, sir.
I'm a photographer right now, and I also aspire to have my own clothing brand.
Oh, that's two different things, photographer, then clothing brand. Okay, fashion, okay. There's a,
I want to create video games with my own art style.
video game design. Okay, this one? Yes, ma'am.
I want to go into fashion.
Louder.
I want to go into fashion and graphic design.
Fashion and graphic design, two different worlds, fashion design and graphic design.
So maybe have a business,
Okay,
be my own graphic designer.
for young graphic design. Yeah, that's what I studied in school, that's what I became. Anybody else? Yes, sir. I'm sorry? Photographer. Cool. Do you all have your Instagram account where you posting your stuff on Instagram?
Yes.
Okay. You get some followers? How many followers you have? 1,000. Pretty cool. All right. Anyone else? Yes, ma'am.
I'm a commissioner's drawer.
Hmm?
A commissioner's drawer. I do drawings for like money.
Oh, I like that. I like that. Anyone else? Yes, sir.
I'm working on business, video games. What about LHS said, but like all in one, so like comics, video games, and like creativity, I want to do, make videos with it.
Mm-hmm.
I want to start do websites like that, like do grounds on YouTube. That's just how I like start this off.
Okay. Okay. All right, oh, we're back up. No one told me we were back up. Come on, I thought y'all had my back. Pleasant Hill, you left y'all, you hanging, girl, come on. All right, so I went back again, L.H. Williams, right? And then I went to the Eye of the Tiger. Eye of the Tiger. Well, the Tiger is Ballard Hudson, junior high school. Ballard Hudson Tigers. And that's, to me, what I said today, is the full circle moment for me. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that's me now, and that was me then, when I actually walked the halls of this great building. How about that? See, that's the Tigers. Ballard Hudson, I think they don't know what that is. It's still the middle school? Okay, good. Are they still the Tigers?
Yeah.
Okay, phew, God, I think so. Anyway, so I left there, and I went to Lanier, but it changed to Central High School. Any Central High School people in here? When I asked for that, I want hands raised high. I just fell straight out of Macon, Georgia. Thank you. Central High School. Now, as my sister alluded to, I was there the first graduating class of Central High School. Don't worry about the date, don't worry about nothing like that, okay? But I was part of the first, and we got a chance to name our icon, our mascot. So I forgot some of the other things, like the buzzards, the eagles, and stuff like that. But we voted on it, and we chose the Chargers. We also chose the colors, which is orange and blue. So you're welcome, Central High Chargers.
All right.
Now, this is very important right here. While I was at Central High, I was in class one day, and the guidance counselor came down and asked the teacher, said, well, is Lewis Williams in this room? And I raised my hand, and so I raised my hand, and it's like, she said, follow me, please. So I'm walking behind her, I'm trying to think about what I did, right? I'm like, what did I? Did she find out about that? So I'm walking all the way to the audience. And then I get there, and she asked me, like, have you ever heard of the Upward Bound program? I said, no. Any of Upward Bound students in here? All right, that's what, you did it right. That's what I'm talking about. So, no. Well, anyway, it really is one of the main reasons why I've been able to do what I've done, because of the Upward Bound program. When I was at your age again. And I'm really honored, Mr. Samuel Hart right here was the program director of Upward Bound. And it really makes me feel, again, this full circle moment that he remembered me remembers me when I was at that age. And now I'm standing in front of him, giving this presentation. It's just, Mr. Hart, thank you, Upward Bound. And Upward Bound really is about one main thing I took away, Mr. Hart, is to do something after high school. To do something after high school. EMT, photographer, welder, doesn't matter. Graphic designer, it doesn't matter. But do something after high school. If you go to a four-year college, that's cool. If you go to a community college, that's cool. If you go to culinary school, that's cool. Do something. Okay? And through this program, they did a lot of wonderful things. They took me out of Macon. Well, we went to Augusta, baby, went to Augusta, Louisville, stayed in Georgia. Every once in a while we would drive down to Florida. But Upward Bound took us to Washington, D.C. Upward Bound took us to Walt Disney World. I would have never had the opportunity to see those places if it wasn't for Upward Bound while I was in high school. And another key thing here, and I was talking to Dr. Washington, I heard that we can do here is that some of the credits you're doing here that you can take to college. Upward Bound allowed us in the summertime, it's about 2 weeks, Mr. Hart, you staying on campus, I think.
6 weeks.
6 weeks. 6 weeks we got a chance to go to Mercer University and stay in the dormitories and go to class on the Mercer University campus. So you really felt like a college student. And so, that's Mr. Hart, right? Full circle again. But when I went to Mercer University from Upward Bound, it was easy because Mercer University basically said if you went to Upward Bound, you almost automatically get into Mercer. So again, it's like, okay. And they gave us money to go. So I already have been on the Mercer campus for years from Upward Bound. We met every Saturday. Then you stay 6 weeks there. So I felt like a college student. I never felt like a freshman. Because, why? Upward Bound. And I had friends. I remember my freshman year. I had friends, I'm talking to the upperclassmen, and all my freshman friends like, are you sure you're a freshman? Because I knew all the upperclassmen. And I also knew my way around the campus. So after Mercer University, I took fine art because I mentioned that I like to draw, right? So I did my drawings and stuff like that. And I went to Mercer University to major in art. I didn't know anything about graphic design, anything like that. I just wanted to just draw and paint. So after a while, I took a class called graphic design, but Mercer University only had one class like that. And we went to, Mr. Hart, I was a counselor, and we went to a college recruitment day up in Atlanta. And it was a school up there called Kent State University. And I went over and talked to the people at Kent State University, and I asked them about their art program and graphic design program, and it was a book. It was something like 70 classes. I'm like, oh my God, what is this? I have to go to school there. And I gotta tell you, it was something. Again, I haven't really been that far, right? I was straight out of Macon. So this kid straight out of Macon went straight up to near Cleveland, Ohio to go to school. But since I had been in Upward Bound, I had an idea of what college life was like. That's me. I dug up all these old pictures because, again, full circle moment. On my graduation day from Kent State, again, I have a BFA, Bachelor of Fine Arts degree in graphic design. But I also took life drawing classes. I took photography classes, illustration classes, all of those things to give me a well-rounded view of what creativity and art was. So, straight out of Macon, I went up to Ohio, came back to Macon to work for a while, and said, okay, I gotta go a little bit bigger. Something was calling me. It's like Macon was a great town, but they really didn't offer quite enough here for what I wanted to do, what I felt like I wanted to do. So I went. So I left California. I went to Chicago. Now, you gotta think about this. You go to California, where you know how to party, sunshine, Hollywood, all that. Nice weather. Then I go to a cold city like Chicago. Why? Opportunity. I worked in California in some small places, but then I got a chance to go to Chicago to work on bigger assignments. You see behind me on the screen is that when I went to Chicago, I got a chance to do creative work for some of the biggest brands in the world. McDonald's, Walt Disney World, Google, the US Army, Toyota. So even though I had to put on a heavy coat, it was worth it. Now, what that gave me when I was working in Chicago and working on those big brands that you saw, it allowed me a passport to travel the world. Again, straight out of Macon, Georgia, London, Paris, Rome, South Africa, things like that. Oh, yes, it does, because India. Glad you said that, Susan. Anybody know what this building is? Taj Mahal. There's two people in the world. Those who've seen the Taj Mahal and those who haven't. I've seen it. It is one of the most beautiful buildings you've ever laid eyes on. Did you think this kid straight out of Macon would be one day standing in front of one of the 7 wonders of the world? I didn't. I didn't. Now, traveling the world, got a chance to meet a lot of famous people. Not just meet with them, work with them. Be on the set with them. Talk to them, just like I'm talking to you. Me and LeBron, he talking to boss. Hey, what's up, boss? Hey, what's up, Bron? You know what I mean? Janet Jackson, got a chance to talk to her. I know some of the young rappers and stuff. Y'all know now, I don't know, so I can't drop any names like that. But again, what I'm saying is that I got a chance to travel to really unique places in the world, and I got a chance to meet some very special, important people. And it's sort of like, again, that grounds you as well. Now, that just gave you a background. Let's get to the nitty-gritty of what I do. I make TV commercials and things like that. Anybody have a TV commercial that you all like, you've seen? I know you don't look at TV much, you mostly stream. But have you seen any commercials that you like? Anybody? Yes, sir.
The new Army commercial was nice.
Which one?
The new Army commercial.
Tell me about it.
I
Quick.
like how the transitions and the different shots and angles are, I think it's nice.
When they're talking about, okay, it is pretty nice, it is pretty nice. And they get to you, they're going right at you too. They get to you, so they're doing a good job. Okay, young lady, right here, Regulus, okay, what?
I just have, like, the commercials that I see, I just like them. I don't have like a specific one that I like the most. I just like, there's certain ones that I like, and then there's certain ones that I don't.
Okay.
I just like some of the commercials that I see.
Okay, I want you to start paying attention to them. To the ones that you do like, and what you say, why do you like them? Start paying attention, because that's a job. That's a lot of people that you see for 30, a lot of people that you see for those 30 seconds, that's hundreds of jobs that you see. Yes, ma'am.
I like the Burger King commercials and their jingle.
Some friends of mine did them, man.
Yeah.
Have it your way, na, na, na. I hate that song, but you know, but it's really effective. So one of the guys that I hired that worked for me went on to another agency and actually created that work. So next time you hear that, you say, I know the guy that did that commercial, okay? Yes, sir.
I like, I guess like similar to her, like the Wendy's commercials,
Wendy's?
those Wendy's commercials,
Mm-hmm.
like without all those like here, like I need the one for that basketball player. It's like I hope y'all inspire, I hope I inspire y'all. And then like one girl said, oh yeah, you have inspired, and then they have a handband, like, I thought we were doing it. I said, shut up, Tom.
See, what you see in those TV commercials, there's a lot of creativity going on. Somebody had to write the dialogue, right? First of all, somebody had to come up with the whole idea. You had to write the dialogue, you had to cast it, you had to get the people in it. You had to do the music when you talk about the music. That's really what's driving the Burger King campaign, is the music. Somebody had to create the music. Somebody had to write the music. Musicians had to play to create the music. A lot of jobs. I'm not even talking about the video people, but the crew, the film crew that it took to put that on. The graphic design of the titles, all of that. Those are jobs that all of you could do if you have the passion to do it. So I'm going to share with you some of the commercials that I've created. I don't know if you've seen some of them, may not, but since you are killing us, right? You're streaming everything and you're skipping the commercials. You know, every time you skip a commercial on YouTube, understand that you're hurting me, okay? Right? So that you're taking away your whole job when you skip. So don't stop skipping those commercials, all right? Please do. This is a commercial I did for Toyota, and it's a vehicle called Toyota Cross, and they wanted to talk to young people. And TikTok is big. I'm quite sure all y'all got a TikTok. And you know, dance is really cool. So we've got this TikTok influencer named Aubrey Fisher. And this is another thing. Dance is another. This guy was very passionate about dance. He has about 2 million Instagram followers, and he creates these dances. So we went on Instagram. We got him to really choreograph this dance routine to show off, to highlight the new Toyota Cross. I got it. I did it all about it. No other way around it. Check out the way we rock it. I got it, we got it. Come on, they know I got it. Yeah, I did it all about it. No other way around it. Check out the way we rock it. Got it. First ever Corolla Cross. Toyota, let's go places. Okay. Yeah, that's one of my creative things. That's what I do. That's what I do. And it's interesting, I've been talking about who's fashion. We a couple of people raising fashion. We had to dress and wardrobe those folks. So we have special people wardrobe, so we want them to look cool. Then you go out, we give you $10,000. Then you go out and shop for us, and you bring in all these clothes and you dress them. You know what I mean? We can say, oh, no. We can know this is right. So fashion, styling is in that as well. And we found that music, we tried that music track for Kid off YouTube. I forgot his name, but I can get the call sheet and get it for you though. You know what the call sheet is, don't you? Yeah. Okay, cool. All right. One of the best things as a creative in advertising is to do a Super Bowl commercial. I've done 4. 130 million people see your idea. And just imagine, you come up with an idea. You're at Crystal something, you know, you eat something, whatever, and you have this idea. And one day, it comes to life, and 130 million people see it. We did a Super Bowl commercial about 5 years ago, and we had this is for Toyota. They had a new car called the RAV4 Hybrid, and they talked about the RAV4 Hybrid as being a weak car because it's not like a real car, because it's a hybrid. And people was like, wow, hybrids are like baby cars. They don't have any speed, they don't have any power. But Toyota came up with this car that had speed and power, and it was a hybrid. How do you announce that in a Super Bowl commercial? Well, I wanted to do something around the sport itself, so I found this young lady named Tony Harris. Tony Harris was the first woman to get a full scholarship playing football. Not as the kicker, where you'd be safe, but as a defensive back. This is that commercial.
They've said a lot of things about Tony Harris. They said she was too small. They said she was too slow. Too weak. They said she'd never get to the next level. Never inspire a new generation. Never get a football scholarship. Yeah, people have made a lot of assumptions about Tony.
But I've never been a big fan of assumptions.
And neither had we. Introducing the hybrid that will shatter perceptions. The all-new built for speed RAV4 type ready. Toyota, let's go places.
How about that for girl power? You know? How about that for girl power? You know, the most masculine sport, women are coming. And we had a lot of pushback from some of the guys, like the women shouldn't be on the field. But it's like, she maybe not big enough for pros yet. But imagine Serena Williams, who has the body type and the mentality, if she wanted to play freaking football. Ooh. She's coming, guys. She's coming. McDonald's, you know, anybody work at McDonald's? Anybody work at McDonald's? You know, McDonald's is really cool. I mean, I've really done a lot of great work for McDonald's. And McDonald's is so much more than about hamburgers, right? It really is more than just about hamburgers. And we have any athletes in the room? Okay. Anybody ever heard of the McDonald's All-American Games? Okay, where they get the best, 20, something, maybe the best, I think 15 to 20 girls and boys, high school players in the nation. Like LeBron, Michael Jordan, Kobe, all those people, Candace Parker, all those people were McDonald's All-American. If you're a McDonald's All-American, the chances are you're going to have a great pro career. So anyway, McDonald's has this McDonald's All-American. They need a TV commercial, and they wanted something to last a long time. And so what happens when you first get notified that you have been selected as a McDonald's All-American?
That was one heck of a game, fellas. I'm proud of you. We played our game. All right. Trusted each other. And we pulled it out. All right. You gotta stay focused. You got one more game to go. Gotta keep that fire in the belly. Stay hungry. All right. Coach Rick's got something for you. Yo, the sauce. Found out during halftime. The simple joy of making the grade. Deshaun.
Thanks, Coach.
That's one of my favorite commercials, one of my favorite parts at the end. Because every high school athlete has a great relationship with their high school coach. Because that high school coach remembers them. It's like Michael Jordan got cut in high school. They remember coaches helped develop them. They remember they were awkward. They know they was just probably your same age that you are right now. And they always have a special relationship with the high school coach. And at the end of the year, when the coach went back, he said, Sean, he said, thanks, coach. That's emotion. And so, you know, being a creative, there's one of the things about storytelling too. We didn't talk about that, but you want to tell stories from your life and how you feel. Because you want people to feel a certain kind of way when you create something. As creatives, we don't want to just put something on the wall. You want to create something that somebody's going to react to. You don't want to design a purse that nobody's going to carry, right? You don't design a dress that nobody wants to wear. You want them to put on that dress. You want them to feel a certain kind of way when they put on that dress, that skirt, that jacket. That's what we do as creatives, okay? It's not something you just do. It's something you want people to feel as well. I'm black. I don't know if anybody noticed that. And I'm a black male. And I'm stereotyped in a lot of ways. I walk in a store like this right here, what do they think? Huh? Yeah. As a creative, you have an opportunity to speak to the world about something you feel is not right. You have an opportunity to put that message out that millions of people can see. There's a museum in Cincinnati called the Underground Railroad Freedom Center. And they talked about if you see something that's wrong, racially, discrimination, stereotype, say something. And so often people see something they feel like is wrong, but they won't say anything because you might be the only person that might feel that way. But we want to encourage people, that's okay to be the only person. Say something if it's wrong. Here's something.
Richie，我要你啊！過會嗰個人，我唔信得過去啊！
Yo, Ty, what up?
Richie, what up, player?
爺爺，係你叫我唔好判人㗎，你記唔記得啊？記唔記得？
How you doing, son? Hey, man. I'm chilling, of course. You gonna be there, right? Gotta play ball.
Imagine the power of one voice. Click freedomcenter.org to find yours.
So you can put your own story into your work. And I also learned a little bit how to speak Cantonese. And this is a good message. Got a chance to work with Tim Anderson and the Boys and Girls Club. And this is a really good message that we did. And it's almost speaking to you all. I want you all to really listen to this one.
I love the Boys and Girls Clubs because they help you believe that you can make it to the big leagues.
Big league to what? Art? Construction? Baseball?
How'd you guess?
With the help of Major League Baseball, the Boys and Girls Clubs of America help kids make it to the big leagues of anything.
And those are really kids of the Boys and Girls Club, too. So they got a chance to meet this Major League Baseball player. He was extremely nice and kind to them. So they really made their day. And now, if you've been asleep, you've been paying attention, just pay attention to this one, please. That's all I ask you to do. Just pay attention to this one. We did this for Tide detergent, Tide detergent to get your clothes clean. But again, it's more than just soap powder, right? I'm making washing powder. So it's but Tide wanted to say a little bit more about who they are and what they do, but just listen to this one.
My greatest fear is just dying at literally the same place that I would be at right now. And it scares me because I just got out of the bottom, I've opened up a door of new beginnings. I've had an interesting childhood. It's been pretty rough. My dad never lived with us. It was just my mom raising my twin and I. And we moved around a lot. We went to about 12 different schools. I started getting into trouble. Breakdancing is my positive escape. It's what keeps me sane, helps me have fun. If I'm in the gym, working out, practicing with the guys, I'm focusing on new moves. I'm not running the streets, really being useless. I'm being productive with my time. There's people that come up to you and they're like, I love breakdancing, teach me how to breakdance. It takes years, It's not, I like that move, let's do it, because there's art to it. Pursuing your dream takes commitment, there's pain, there's tons of days I just want to give up. I don't give up because I grew up not having a dream. My name is James Brown, and my tide is rising.
Passion. Passion and hard work. He's great. He's a great dancer. He talked about the barriers. He talked about what we had to go through. But he talked about how his passion. And I took this picture of the red clay in Georgia, which I love. And I said, one day I'm going to use that picture for something, so today is that day. You got to dig for it. It's not going to be on the surface. He said it's not easy. He had to keep himself out of trouble. He had to go against a home situation that wasn't the best. But he kept going for it. You got to dig for it. You're not going to find it on the surface walking around. And you know, when you get your shovel and you dig, you may hit a hard rock and can't go further. So what do when you dig a hole and it doesn't go further? You climb out of it and you find another place and you start digging again. If you have passion and you have a dream, you can do that. Now, I'm going to wrap up now, but I want to talk about, we've seen all those brands that I've been a chance to have opportunity to work on. You see what those brands are, what they mean, and all of that. But I want to talk about today real quickly is brand you. Brand you. When I say brand you, I'm saying this, your brand is the emotional and psychological connection you have with your family, your friends, your acquaintances, and people you have yet to meet. So if I go to your house right now, they're going to tell me what?
Who are you?
What do you like to do? They're going to say, you like to tell jokes at dinner table. So the family looks at you as the one to keep us laughing. Fashion. You're the one that's criticizing everybody if their stuff not all right. Right? They're going to come in and go like, why are you wearing that and that? Those shoes don't go with that. Right? You will be known as the brand in your family. That's your relationship. That's important. You're going to build that. So one day when they want to dress right, they're going to call you up and say, come help me pick out something. Somebody feeling down, they're going to call you up and say something funny. You are that brand. What are you going to do with that brand? And it's important what I say to you all, for those you haven't met. That's what somebody says about you when you're not in the room. Now, can a person be a brand? Can a person be a brand? Yeah. Michael Jordan. Now, is he a man or is he a brand? How many people got some Jordans? How many people had some Jordans? Now, you all never saw Michael Jordan play. Michael Jordan had retired probably before you all was born. But he has still the most selling sneaker. Why? Because he became a brand and he stood for excellence. Rihanna, right? She was on the Super Bowl last year. This year. There you go. Okay. I like the record. That's what I like. I threw that out there just to see if they're yes. Most watched Super Bowl halftime show. And you remember that moment when she stopped and put lipstick on? She wasn't a singer. She was a brand because of this, right? Fenty. Sold right out in minutes. I need to say nothing else. She got a whole community, the Beehive, right? Woo! Right? She's a brand. Tiffany said, Beyonce, can y'all help her? Can you help her? She's not a singer, she's a brand. You think of her, anybody was able to go to a concert. But if you went to a concert, you should have seen how people dressed up. And when I talk about being a brand, you have the emotional connection to somebody, psychological people, you should have seen her when she saw Beyonce. She been asleep the whole time. Her eyes lit up the moment that she saw. Why? That's that emotional connection I was talking about, right? You saw her, you felt a certain way, boom, 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 right? Boom. I don't have to talk about Taylor Swift. I mean, I still, Swifties, oh God, the NFL. NFL is like, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And our girls don't even play football. So for me, I want all of you all to think about your brand, who you are, and what your purpose can be. Not just creative or whatever, just what's your purpose. My purpose is to help people achieve success through creativity. And that's why I'm sitting here talking to you all today. That's what's driven me. That's why you saw some of the work in the commercials that I do when I get a chance to make a difference. So I just simply ask you all today, as you all sit here, as you all think about your futures, and you go home to your family, your friends, and you think about one day you're going to be straight out of Macon, Georgia, you're going to come back and you're going to be in the same building talking to kids that look like you like the day I am right now. What's your brand and what are you going to tell them? Now, lastly, I swear this is the last thing, but I love this Nike. I did not do this. I wish I had. I love this Nike commercial featuring Colin Kaepernick. Y'all know who he is? I know I said last time you're gonna listen to something, make sure you listen, but this one too, Listen to this. And what you're seeing is more than a TV commercial. You're seeing a moment, you're seeing a mantra. And there you go.
If people say your dreams are crazy, if they laugh at what you think you can do, good. Stay that way. Because what non-believers fail to understand is that calling a dream crazy is not an insult. It's a compliment. Don't try to be the fastest runner in your school or the fastest in the world. Be the fastest ever. Don't picture yourself wearing OBJ's jersey. Picture OBJ wearing yours. Don't settle for homecoming queen or linebacker. Do both. Lose 120 pounds and become an Ironman after beating a brain tumor. Don't believe you have to be like anybody to be somebody. If you're born a refugee, don't let it stop you from playing soccer for the national team at age 16. Don't become the best basketball player on the planet. Be bigger than basketball. Believe in something, even if it means sacrificing everything. When they talk about the greatest team in the history of the sport, make sure it's your team. If you have only one hand, don't just watch football. Play at the highest level. And if you're a girl from Compton, don't just become a tennis player. Become the greatest athlete ever. Yeah, that's more like it. So don't ask if your dreams are crazy. Ask if they're crazy enough.
Every time I see that, so thank you all. Let's do it. So I don't know if we do questions or anything like that, or we done, or whatever, you feel you all that.
So lunch will be at 11:30.
Okay. See the graphic design people, when I tell you questions, see what I did? I did it on a little, you know, like the little animation thing? Yeah. Yes, sir.
What was your first like gig or what was your first opportunity to work with a company?
Work with who?
Not like a company. First opportunity.
Oh, wow. When I came home, well, first of all, Mr. Hart, for the company, I got a chance to be a counselor in Upward Bound, so that was a real, that was a summer job. But after I graduated, I came home, I worked at a printer. But my really first job in the industry, this is a story when I told you I went to California. I went out there and I remember my mother, Sylvia, Mr. Gee, said, why are you going? You just went way up to Ohio, now you're going way in California. You can't go no further than California. You know, but something said, I gotta go, Mom. I gotta try to pursue my dream. So I'm out there. And I'm looking for, I went out there with no job, just stayed with a college friend of mine.
You left here for really, that's right, you didn't have.
I ain't hell, I had a suitcase and some money, little money, little extra money. I had enough money to last me about 3 months. So I'm looking for a job, couldn't find one, man, couldn't find one. And I was calling these people, and they, okay, we too busy to see it. And one day, you know, I got a chance to go to the interview. And anyway, I had a good interview, and they said, we want you to come back and meet the president. You know, I mean, I'm like, well, okay, you know, still didn't have a job. And I went in to the president's office. He had my resume. Y'all know what that is. He had a resume. So have a seat, please. You can't stay, huh? Yes, sir. Saw your work, I like it. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. I see here you from Macon, Georgia. Yes, sir. Me too. Job, baby. Straight out of Macon, Georgia, help me. Little did I know that I would go to California, one suitcase, look for a job for 3 months, get ready to come back home. I made a connection like that. This man hadn't been back to Macon since he was a kid. But he saw a guy away from home, 3,000 miles from home, trying to make it. That was my first job. Yes, ma'am.
So in your presentation, you said that your brand was helping people become successful through your creativity. How did you come to figure out what your brand was through your work?
I love that. I had to come to that. I didn't know that. I was that. What is interesting, I didn't know that was my purpose until later. And what I'll tell you, my mother was a person who always helped people in the community. I grew up in that kind of family that helped people. So that was in me. That was in me. I remember in grade school, I was in the 4th grade, one of my friends never would have a lunch. And I would give him a moon pie. You know what I mean? It was always a giving heart in me. And I discovered that was always in me. And the purpose sort of like one day you defined it. One day it comes up. It comes up in your work. I remember in college, we had an assignment. You had to design a poster. You had to pick any subject you wanted to. I picked mine on welfare, acknowledging the people that needed help. You know, I just did that because, you know, that's what I was doing. And little by little, when you see the commercial I did with the kid in the store, you know what I mean? You even in the commercial with the young lady playing football, that was a statement about women. And that no place, there's a place, every place is a place for women if she wants to be there. That's just who I am. And then you start looking at your work that you do over time, then you begin to see a pattern. So just start looking inside yourself and say, what do you like to do? You know what I mean? So you're in culinary school here, you may, hey, I may want to, who knows, you may want to bring joy to people through cooking or food. And you see, food is more than something you just eat. Food can be something that the family celebrates, and you want to use your talent and how you create dishes to make that statement. So start looking into yourself. You're young right now, it's okay if you don't have that. But start, in time, start watching what you do, what you like. It's kind of like, what kind of music you like? Well, then you start looking at your Spotify list, it's going to tell you what type of music you like. But you just been picking it, right? But you go look at it with that kind of eye. So that's how you purpose. And it's okay if you don't have it yet. I just want you to just know that one day, think about it. Yes, sir.
Did you ever think you could never amount to the greats?
Yeah. I went to Kent State when I left to, the thing about going to Kent State, that was like 1,000 miles away. I couldn't afford, normally go like college visits. You got a chance to walk around and see what the colleges are or something. I didn't get a chance to do that. Couldn't afford to do it. So when I went up there, I just went up there. And I went to show my portfolio to the art teacher. And somehow, I got accepted into college without him looking at my portfolio. He was like, yeah, I see your name here, but we didn't see your portfolio. And I said, well, I have it here. He said, well, I don't know how that happened. I'm like, okay. So I showed him my portfolio. He looked through it. He was like me. He was like, well, we have a very difficult program here. Very few people make it. We'll see. That's what he told me. I wanted to run behind my dad. Daddy, don't leave me here. That's not, imagine now. I'm going up there, never been there before. The next day you have a meeting like that with an instructor, and he's like, but this is college, man. They ain't babying you no more. Right? He just told me, like, I don't know, you may make it, you may not make it. I don't know, it's hard here. And I really doubted myself. I was walking back to the dorm, and I'm like, maybe I don't have it. Then I stopped. I said, screw him. You can't tell me that I'm not going to be something. And guess what, though? I have an award for being a distinguished alumni from his department, and he gave it to me. You see what I mean? I took that. I said when I was talking about digging for him, you gotta dig, man. But he challenged me. And yes, I doubted myself. But my passion for creativity gave me the strength to come back. And probably if he didn't say that to me, then I wouldn't have the purpose to show him up when I graduate. You know what I mean? Yes, sir.
Okay, so besides creativity as being like a drive, motivation for you to make stuff, what would you say something else that will drive you to work on stuff, even if it's not the greatest?
Would you repeat what you said?
What drives, if I'm working on something that's not the greatest, what you're saying? Like how I work on something that I don't.
It's like what drives you to work on something that it may not be a great in your eye?
Okay, how to basically work on something that you don't feel is that good, that great? Well, it shouldn't matter. Because you gotta look at everything as an opportunity because you don't know where your opportunity is coming from. Right? It's sort of like, don't judge a book by its cover. You know what I mean? It's like, who are you to say something isn't good or isn't great? So what I'm saying is that attitude that you take to work shouldn't matter. It shouldn't matter if I work at McDonald's. It shouldn't matter if I work at IBM. It shouldn't matter if I'm a jet pilot. It shouldn't matter. What matters is how you approach what you do, no matter what it is. You know what I mean? Because you just don't know where the opportunity is coming from. But you should have that standard. What is your personal standard? Regardless of what you do and who you interact with. So that's what I'll answer that question. Yes, sir. You only allowed one question, man, I'm sorry.
Now social media is like very popular. That's where everything gets. That's where everyone is centralized.
Yeah.
How, if there are thousands of the company that you're doing, I'm a photographer. There are millions of photographers. How do I stand out as that one photographer?
Oh, good one. Good one. I'm just, we finally got to talk about social media, and that's our world. We talked about, remember I talked about brand, what's your brand? One of the things about being a brand is how are you unique? How are you different from the other photographers? All of us got a camera here, all of us can take a picture. Well, what's gonna be different about the picture you take? Everybody else is taking a picture right here. I come down and take a picture. What's your name? What's your name? Melody. On her board. And not just on her hands on the board. You see, what are you seeing, because what are you seeing here? And everybody else is seeing here. So what's gonna be unique about you? What's gonna be, what subject you want to portray? You want to talk about homeless people, but how do you want to talk about homeless people? You're not taking a picture of the homeless person. You're stopping and you're interviewing the homeless person. And you find out why he's homeless, why she's homeless. Then next thing you know, you're taking pictures of where they came from. How are you unique as a brand? That's what I'm saying. What's your purpose? Who you are? How are you unique? How to separate yourself? And that would make a difference. So that's what work I want you to start thinking on. Like, how is my photography different than everybody else's? What are they not doing? But you got to be true to you, though. Okay? Find that. And then with that, you probably find your purpose, too. It's hiding in there somewhere. I'm looking at that back table back there. I think the question's gonna come from that back table. Or she just bought y'all some time. Okay. Yes, ma'am.
What are some things that I actually avoid in order to become successful in arts?
What you should avoid? That's a hard one, but an easy one. I think for me, this is about integrity. I mean, again, this goes back to the brand, right? Just be a decent human being. I mean, that's all I can tell you, right? There's nothing I can tell you not to do, you know what I mean? Because everything, as an artist, as a creative, you learn from life experiences, even the negative ones. But that needs for you as a person, just be a decent human person, because even though we might be creatives and do things like that, at the heart of it, we're human beings, right? So I'm just saying, just be a nice young lady. You know, be kind to others, treat people as you want to be treated. I mean, that golden rule of humanity. You know, don't put that into a, experience box or expertise box. Just be just a good human being. And then from there, everything should work out. Now, the back table, they have a question back there. Which one of you all going to say something? I need a leader to step up and ask. Yes, ma'am, there you go. There you go, yes.
So, say like fresh out of college and I'm trying to make my brand, and I feel like this isn't what I should be doing. Would you say I can just take time to myself, think like, is this really something that I want to put my all into? Seeing as how I'm struggling, I can't put this on the third. Would you say that just to take the time to think like, is this something that I really want to put my heart into?
Yeah, but try to do that before you graduate from college. Yeah, because I've seen a lot of people do just that. They go to college, they spend this time, this money, this energy, and then when they graduate, I'll just wait for your turn. Okay. So when they graduate, they ask that question. But try to go in, even though it's okay to change, but at least go to college, think about what you may want to be, You know what I mean? And so, then pivot later, but don't wait till you're senior in college to kind of think that out. Try to, but it's okay, because a lot of people do, late bloomers, when some people go right in, some people already right now. You don't go to YouTube, we talk about social media. You can see some 8-year-olds got billion dollar businesses already. You go like, yeah, have you seen like 16-year-olds, that's not so much kids, it's like, I'm like, how did they come up with this idea? This young lady, she's making cookies, and somebody's making candles, and they 8 years old, 9 years old, they're making millions of dollars. The influencers, some of the beauty influencers, they like 15, 16, telling you all how to put on makeup. They're making money already. I'm like, who are these people? You know, so it's okay. It's okay, but try to think about what you want, so you want to pivot. Try so you can take full advantage of it. But for some reason you get there, and it's not working for you, it's okay to pause and ask yourself that question, okay? But try to figure out why you ask yourself that question. But it's okay. I don't recommend it. Thank you for saving the table back there. Y'all ate the pocket lunch. Okay. Anything else? We got about 4 minutes. Our lunch is here. Last question, somebody needs to drop the mic on like the most, like the deepest question that's been said all day. Who's gonna step up? Oh, there you go. What you got?
How would I know if I'm making the right decision? Like right now we're in high school and there's a bunch of different programs I can go into, but how do I know I'm making the right decision that will like positively affect me in the future?
Okay, first of all, we don't know. But first, what you should do is talk to somebody. You see these great people sitting over there? You go and you say just that. I need some help. I'm not quite sure what I want to do. I'm a little bit confused. I think I want to do this, but I think I want to do that. Talk to as many people as you can who've done it before. That's one thing that I don't want to criticize the young generation. I don't want to do that. But I want to say, sometimes, because of technology and we learn from social media, we forget the people who did it before you. There's always that somebody's walked the path before you walk. Be smart and talk to them. They can say, look, I've been down that path. Don't do this, don't do that. Or let me recommend this, let me recommend that. But simply ask somebody who's done it before, and don't be afraid to. It takes more strength to ask for help than not. And that's the question I want. Beautiful. We're going to drop the mic on that one. Thank you all very much. I really appreciate your attentiveness, and hope we can do something. I would like to get a group picture. Okay, can you all take a picture with me, please? May I ask that? Okay.
Not with the photography. Not with the photography.
Come on, people, please, I've been talking to you all an hour. Just take a picture. Come on. Come on, fellas.
Should be French. Try to make yourself off. Adam, student.
Everybody like do their hands or something. Give me one action. Yeah, here we go. Okay, take over my camera. Oh, yeah. For this, you just yourself. That's great. Okay, okay. I'm gonna post this up now, right? Post it up. All right, y'all ready? Give me some action. 2, 5, 3, 2, 5. There you go. Thank you.